Morning, St. Nick's. Welcome to Friday's Assembly. So this week is all about Anti-Bullying Week, and we are going to be thinking today about online bullying. So we're going to be thinking about cyberbullying. Now, throughout this assembly, you might want to just pause the video at certain points to have a think as a class about what certain things are and what we can do about them. So with cyberbullying, first of all, we need to stop and think about what is cyberbullying? So have a little think to yourselves, just for a couple of minutes, talk amongst your class. What do you think is cyberbullying? Now, while you're going to do that, I'm going to start to share my screen with you so that I can show you a presentation and we can have a look at it together. So have a think, what is cyberbullying? Okay. Now, hopefully you have had time to have a little chat between yourselves and you have come up with some of your thoughts about what cyberbullying is. Now, this is what I would say cyberbullying is. So it's when a person or a group of people use the internet, or they use their mobile phones, or they use some other digital technology to threaten somebody, to tease somebody, to abuse somebody, or to just generally be mean to somebody. Now, it's against the law to bully someone in this way. If someone is being mean to you or they're threatening you with anything, well, something can be done to stop them. And we need to make sure that you all know how to stop this from happening, but also, why it shouldn't happen and what we can do about it. Now, when can this happen? So you have got access to so much technology these days. Some of you maybe have mobile phones, or maybe you will be getting mobile phones as you get older and you maybe move into secondary school. So you'll get access to things such as WhatsApp, where you can message people. You will be maybe accessing online games. Some of you may have Xboxes or PS4s or some other way of accessing online games. And those games may have chat facilities, so you may be able to talk to your friends. Now, there are things like chat systems. So, for example, a lot of you now have logged on to Microsoft Teams, and you would have seen there's an opportunity for you to be able to chat to the people in your year group. And finally, there's social media. Now, this might be something that you are not currently involved with, but as you get older, it may become more a thing for you. So you have ways in which you can share things, you can share pictures, you can share posts about what you've been doing. And these are all places where you open yourself up to people being able to see what you have written. And these are places where cyberbullying can take place. Now, there is something that we can really do to stop ourselves from getting in a situation where we may have been mean to other people. So what I want you to think about is think. So the word think. So the T in think, before you start writing something or before you start chatting to somebody online, is what you're saying true? So are you giving somebody some factual information? Is it a true thing that you are about to say or that you're about to write? With the H, is it helpful? So do you know something, or do you want to say something that actually, is it a helpful thing to say? Is it going to upset somebody? Is it going to be something that actually you didn't need to share that might upset somebody else who isn't involved? So is it helpful? Do I actually need to say it? The I, is it inspiring? So are you saying something that is lovely and kind and something that's going to make everyone feel better, or some piece of information for work or for school that is going to help everybody and it's going to mean that people can get on with their work, or a great new idea that they can use? If it's not inspiring, why are we saying it? The N, is it necessary? So are you saying something that is necessary for you to say? So have you been asked to go online by your teacher and chat in your chat group about the work that you are doing? Great, that's necessary. Have you been asked to go into the chat group and generally chat with your friends and maybe say something inappropriate to one of them? No. And the final one is K, for kind. Is what you're saying kind? So would you say this to somebody's face? Would you be that person, that kind person, and you're saying something lovely to them? If you're not going to say something kind, then don't say it. Now, if none of these things are true, so if you're not going to be doing any one of these things, then you need to stop. So you need to stop You need to think, and you need to decide, why am I going to be writing this? Or why am I going to be saying it if it doesn't meet one of these categories or all of the categories? Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is something around the word stop. Now, I want you to have a little think. I'm going to put up the word stop, and for each letter of the word stop, there's going to be a word. Can you have a think about what those words might be that come with the letters S, T, O, and P? Maybe stop the video and have a little think. Okay, so this is what I have got. So when we've stopped, so we've thought about things and we've stopped, or we've seen something online that we felt was inappropriate, or we felt that somebody was being mean to somebody that they shouldn't be, or put something online that maybe was a bit unkind, we need to do something. We need to start telling other people. Now, it's really, really important. If you see something happening online, if you hear somebody saying something unkind, just as you would in school, you need to tell somebody. So you need to tell a trusted adult. Now, that it could be your parents, it could be a member of staff in school, but somebody needs to know what's been happening. It's exactly the same as bullying in school on a face-to-face basis. You wouldn't witness something happening and not tell anybody. Exactly the same online. If you witness it, you tell somebody. Now, you're in a position these days where you can take screenshots of things, and then you can come to somebody and say, I saw this, I don't like it, it upset me, or it upset somebody else, I think it's inappropriate, can we do something about it? Now, this is going to become really, really relevant to us. And especially as you get older, you get much more access to things. And we as a school are giving you access to Microsoft Teams because we feel that this is going to be a great way for us to be able to speak to you in case we needed to, if you were at home, and to give you work if you had to be at home and we couldn't see you. But with that extra independence and responsibility comes the access of being able to chat to each other. Now, I know that your teachers will have spoken to you about the fact that Teams is only really meant to be used for chat about the work that you're being given. So it should be, if your teacher has set you an assignment, or they've set you a quiz or some homework on there, you can chat to other people about the homework, or you can ask your teacher questions about that homework if you are maybe finding it a bit hard. Now, anything that you say on there has to be very appropriate. So it has to be related to the school, in a school context. You are talking to your fellow classmates and your teacher, so you really need to think about what you are saying and what you are sharing. Now, those messages are seen by everybody in your bubble. So everybody that's on Teams in your bubble, so that's your teacher and your teaching assistants, will all see those messages as well as the rest of your class. So again, take a minute to think, what am I writing? Now, it's not a place in your Teams chat for sharing images or for sharing links to things. If you had to create something for your homework and put an image on it, now that's amazing. And you can do that in Microsoft Word that you're going to be shown. You can save it and then you can send it to your teacher. But it isn't for sharing pictures of what we've been doing at home or funny little comics. That's not the place to be doing it. Now I'm going to stop sharing. So cyberbullying is something that we just won't tolerate, just like all the other types of bullying. And it's something that's going to become really important to you now and obviously in the future as you move online more and do things more. And so it's really thinking about those two things, the think and the stop. So what I want you to go away and consider is, are you doing those things? Are you thinking of all of those different options? And are you thinking about the stop and what you can do about it? Okay, let's close our eyes. We're going to say a prayer. Dear God, thank you for giving us access to so many things, for opening our lines of communication, for giving us the ability to talk to people, even when we can't see them on a face-to-face basis. Thank you for giving us this independence, and thank you for giving us the access that we need. Amen. Now, I hope you have a great rest of your Friday, and I will see you again next week.